And thank you so much to Stephanie for what a wonderful evening of music. It's been a real privilege, so thank you so much. Now, if you've been joining us on the live stream, hello and good evening to you. If you're just joining us now, welcome to the second of our One City, One Light Twilight sessions. Now, obviously, as we've been going through the year, it's been getting colder, and last year we were going outside and doing live streams. And this year, we thought, well, we can't really go outside, so let's go back indoors. And we're very, very fortunate to be able to come to a local church here in Poole called St. Peter's Parkstone, and we're able to set up and do a live stream broadcast for the next few weeks. So last week, I was playing some electronic music, and tonight, I was really fortunate to be able to play with Stephanie, who's been doing some beautiful harp and recorded music for you. So I do hope you've enjoyed that. Now, in a moment, I'm going to be speaking to Stephanie, and I'm going to be chatting through a bit about what went into the performance tonight and what she's brought to us, because a lot of work's gone into tonight's performance, and I'd like to find out a little bit more. But just before I do that, I thought I would just sort of update you a bit on the project, because this is kind of my moment to sort of tell you a little bit about what's been going on over the couple of weeks. And we've had a really exciting few weeks, actually. Not only have we been coming inside and putting these live streams together, we've also been working really, really hard on our online shop. Now, one of the things that people often ask us when they see us out and about, if they do, is how do you guys fund what you're doing, and how do you actually pay for the live stream? And the brutal truth is, and like so many other artists over the last year, it's been really pretty awful. And we haven't been able to, well, we don't really know how to fund it, other than Stephanie has worked really, really hard at finding and making, quite often, all sorts of really cool products. And we've been putting them in our online shop. And anything that you do buy from the online shop goes towards helping us put together these live streams. So if you do want to support us, and if you'd like to support basically our creative minds and our creativity, and hopefully in the future more creative inclusivity, then please do go to that online shop and please, buy a hat, buy a scarf, or buy a cushion. Now, excitedly, next week we'll be able to show you some of these, but this is a new design, and I'm going to reveal more because on the face of it, this cushion looks really, really simple. But I'm really excited to show you, hopefully next week, a bit more about this and a bit more about the story behind it. So watch out for that. If you're interested in homeware, and I know that this is something that people have been looking for actually in lockdown, because obviously we're stuck indoors, do head over and have a look. There's some really beautiful cushions that Stephanie has handmade there, and you can find them in designs. If you like those, yeah, do pop in and buy one. That'd be fantastic and really support what we're doing. And to kind of give you an idea of where we're going with all of this live streaming, I spoke to, I think, just shy of 400 Bournemouth Uni students at the beginning of the week. They're doing a marketing degree, and I was really, really fortunate to go along to their lecture online and introduce the One City, One Light project. So, guys, if you're watching from Bournemouth Uni, a good big hello on the live stream this evening, and hope you're doing well. I just thought I'd sort of mention this because One City, One Light is a project, and as we go forward, we'd love to get more people involved. Obviously, with the COVID pandemic, it's proving pretty tricky. But hopefully, vaccine in sight, hopefully, fingers crossed, the light is possibly at the end of the tunnel. So hopefully this year we'll be able to move out of that. So I'm really excited now to introduce you to Stephanie. If you've been following us on the live stream, you'll know all about Stephanie. If you haven't, Stephanie is a local harpist and, recorder player as well. And I'm going to ask her a little bit about tonight's performance. So Stephanie, huge thank you to what you did tonight. That was a real privilege to play for you tonight.
Oh, thank you for playing. It's always really nice to play with other people.
It is, isn't it? I mean, it's great because we haven't actually had the chance to play together before. Normally, one of us is flying the drone or doing camera work.
Yeah. When we're outside, one of us has got to be the drone flyer pilot.
Yeah, and
one of those.
I don't think many people realise that actually when they watch the stream. That actually, if you're not playing the harp, you are flying the drone.
I am the drone pilot.
You are the drone pilot. So Stephanie, tonight was a little bit different actually. Tell me, I can see you've got all sorts of beautiful colours there, and the harp's really, really pink.
The harp is really pink.
I mean, is this where you're going, neon harps?
Well, I have to admit, when I helped Pilgrim out, the guys who made my harp, A couple of years ago, I fell in love with a green harp, actually. Alas, I didn't have the funds, but one day. But I love the fact that the plain harp with all these lights, you can actually make it any colour you want, which is really cool. I never thought about it before.
No, I didn't. I didn't think of it because we've always we've done it in quite. We've been outside, haven't we?
Yeah,
Actually,
the whole thing was we were getting back into nature, wasn't it? And now we're inside.
yes. And I know that actually part of tonight was that a lot of what you were doing tonight, you'd thought very carefully through what you were doing, and there was a whole vibe you were telling me before.
Yeah,
Tell me a bit about that.
So I watch these. Well, I don't watch them. You don't really watch. You listen to these YouTube playlists that people put together, and they've got thousands and thousands of subscribers, and they've got really random titles like "Feeling Melancholy, Sitting in an Old Castle in the Rain," you know. And what they do is they put, and I love them because it's quite a lot of it's classical music or folk music or like sort of old, obscure sort of vintagey music, and it conjures up this image. I love the fact that someone's gone through and thought about what image would you have with music. And I thought, well, it'd be really nice to try and do the same thing, but live. So I was thinking, you know, at the moment, I mean, I've been feeling pretty down with like being stuck inside, and all my pupils are really not happy being, there's one or two who are very happy off school, but the rest of them are like, I want to go back to school. I just want to go back to school. And the adults are like really just bored, basically. And I thought, you know, we're all pretty down, and I feel pretty down with it. And I thought, well, let's just go with it. Let's just go with that mood, and just. That's why I wanted that grounding synth in it, so that it has that atmosphere with it, and the recorder as well. Those tunes are quite haunting. But also, towards the end, I thought you always need a bit of hope.
Yes, definitely.
So it started to get a bit hopeful when I played my piece Towards Old Harry. No.
I really like that piece. That's one that you've written, isn't it?
Yes. And to anybody who's not from Dorset, Old Harry is a rock. Doesn't sound very exciting, but it's...
It's more than a rock.
It's more than a rock. I think he's named after the pirate Harry Pay.
Oh, is that really? Okay.
I think that's who he's named after. I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's real or not. So Harry Pay was a notorious pirate, wasn't he, in Poole?
Yes, he was,
and
yes.
we have Harry Pay Day every year on the quay, and everybody dresses up as pirates, and there's a big pirate theme in Poole. But Old Harry, because it reminded me the other week when we walked down, so it's about an hour walk, isn't it, down to the beach. We walked down to the beach, and you can see Old Harry, and he's a big chalk stack, and he's in the Purbex, and he's out there in the sea, and he's so close. He's so close, and on a normal weekend, we drive there and we walk, and he's so close. You know, he's probably like less than 2 miles away, and yet you can't get there at the moment unless you're local. And it's that sort of, you know that you're going to be able to get there soon, but at the moment, it's just an image that you can only sort of see.
See and hold on to.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, thank you, Stephanie, for sharing that, because I know we had lots of discussions, didn't we, about this, and it's definitely a very different vibe to coming indoors and playing indoors, and as opposed to going outside. You know, even if you're locked down, you kind of go and explore a bit, can't you, if you're allowed out a little bit, but when everyone's sort of really locked down, there's that real sense of being trapped, isn't there? And I think...
Yeah. And actually, it's weird with the mist, well, the haze in here. I literally can't see a thing. It was like you're playing. It is like you're in your own cocoon.
Yeah, I think you said earlier it was like being in your own mind, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's like being in this church. I mean, like it's an amazing acoustic in here, so it's lovely to play. And also having the headphones on, it is like it's very internal. You are in your own space, and I think that's how everyone is at the moment. You're all in your own space, and you need to go and. Normally, we'd be interacting in other people's spaces.
Yes, that's a really good way of putting it, actually. So, so this is like our space, or tonight is your space. And that's really, I think that's what the Twilight Sessions is all about, to be quite honest. It's about making that space for us so that we can communicate, and then, through art and music. I think that was what, when we sat down and envisaged what the vision would be for this, that was very much what we wanted to make it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, Stephanie, I'm intrigued because if people have been watching on the live stream tonight, they will have seen on your harp, you've got a very particular design on the soundboard. Can you tell me a bit more about that? Because it is intriguing, and it's something that you might not necessarily notice unless you can see it close up.
So I have my harp made by Pilgrim Harps in Surrey, in England. And I had my Celtic harp made by them as well. And one of the exciting things is when you can just buy a harp off the peg. So one of my harps I just bought it from a shop. And it came as it is, and I love it still. But one of the exciting things about having a harp made for you is that there's very skilled guys who are very good with woodwork and painting. So one of them is Jerry at Pilgrim Harps, and he's fantastic. So I said to him on my Celtic harp, I really want to have acorns and oak leaves, and I did a lot of extra work to get I was like, right, it's going to cost me this amount of money. Okay, how much extra work can I pick up to afford this? And it was worth it.
Absolutely.
So I've got acorns and oak leaves down the pillar, which is the bit at the front of the harp. And when I had my pedal harp made for me, I was like, they need to match. They need to not, so they're the same colour. I was like, it'd be nice if they were the same. They're made by the same people. Wouldn't it be nice if there was something with them? But I love the, when we went to the Instrument Museum in Prague, I got a bit obsessed with all the harps in there, and quite a lot of them were quite ornate, and they had all the painting on the soundboard. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice if we could have the painting, if I could have painting on there? So I chose acorns and oak leaves, but I wanted it really simple. And then I found out that my great-grandmother had acorns and oak leaves on her harp.
That's quite a coincidence.
I had no idea. I was obsessed. I was like, I've got to have it. Even though the harp's so my Celtic harp's made of ash, I was like, it's got to have acorns and oak leaves on it.
You had no idea that this was this sort of generational thing?
No.
Brilliant. Well, Stephanie, I know that we've had quite a few comments actually tonight, so I just thought I'd share them with you. Actually, Alice Angus says, fantastic, thanks for broadcasting it.
Oh, thank you, Alice.
David Pickett says, lovely, exclamation mark, you're both playing together, so good. So, yeah, thanks, David. Actually, David has supported us all the way through the live streams.
Yes.
So a big thank you for David for watching, and
I think he was on a couple of the early live streams, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was actually. Yeah, back in the beginning of lockdown. Gosh, it was only like 9 months ago, but it seems so. Well, actually, Carol Baker says, so lovely to listen to. So very talented.
Oh, thank you.
And there's actually one final question that I've wanted to ask you, Stephanie. You played tonight the recorder and you played the harp. What's your favourite?
I'm going to admit it. The recorder. And it's not that I don't, it's very marginal though, but the recorder, I feel, because it's so similar to the human voice, it's at that pitch, and it's a woodwind, and which is why it was so highly thought of in like the Tudor era, because the voice was the best instrument really. So you feel like you can put a lot of soul into it. And I haven't inflicted this on our audience yet, but I absolutely love avant-garde Japanese recorder music. That is the ultimate.
Right, well, you're playing again for our Twilight Sessions in 2 weeks' time, so maybe we'll get some avant-garde Japanese music in for that.
Get me a tam-tam and I'm away.
I think that'd be amazing. I'd be well up for that. Oh, well, thank you, Stephanie, so much for playing tonight. Really, really enjoyed it. Absolute privilege to play for you.
Thank you for playing.
No, and really enjoyed it. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And yeah, so if you have been watching on the live stream, thank you so much for all your comments, for your support. Now, Stephanie mentioned earlier, actually, that Jerry from Pilgrim Harps was responsible for making and painting her harp. Now, I did see earlier that Pilgrim Harp shared one of our pictures, which is amazing. And I would like to say, if you have enjoyed tonight, please do share the live stream around. It's one of the only ways that we can kind of communicate at the moment. And we would so benefit if you could just ping it around to your friends and say, hey guys, watch this or listen to this, because it would mean the world to us, because obviously we put a lot of effort into this, and we'd love for more people to kind of to be touched by our music and what we're doing here. So please do share it. If you're not following and liking us already, do make sure that you go across to Facebook. We're on Instagram and we're on Twitch. So you can follow us all on there. We're also on YouTube, so please hit the subscribe button. You always catch us live on Facebook and on Twitch, and then we always put the replay up on YouTube a few days later. So if you have missed this, do check out the YouTube channel in a couple of days' time, and you'll be able to watch it in full HD on there. But otherwise, yeah, make sure you follow us and support us. That'd be amazing. Head over to the shop, check out the products, and keep an eye out, because we will be putting up some really new, funky products very soon as well. But otherwise, from me, Richard, and from everybody here at One City One Light, have a lovely rest of the evening, and we'll see you again next week.